Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, and welcome to Dollar Store Finds.
And today we're covering a film called Charlie Barlett.
Now this is a film we've never heard of before, and it has quite the all-star cast, including Jim, Anton Yelchin, Robert Downey Jr., and even...
so many more. I mean, what else can we do? Like, it's just like an all-star cast. You said you saw Drake at one point, so...
One from Two Broke Girls, Cat, Denny.
Okay,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So...
Yes, and Drake. That's true. But before we start...
be sure to like, subscribe, include notification bell to get some future podcasts and all the past videos.
Absolutely. Great movie. Can't believe we've never heard of it. And clearly this is one of Anton's first movies because he's really young in it. He's playing a high school student. We're not sure if he was in his 20s playing a teenager or if he was actually a teenager, but he looked like a teenager.
Right.
And he sounded like a teenager. And it was before Robert Downey Jr. was Iron Man because it was 2000.
I think it was 2008. 2008 or 9. Because a lot of, you can tell by the way it's filmed and the lingo they're using back then and the issues they were discussing with the film were very of the times it was out.
And the movie is actually a really fun watch. It is described on the back. The kids at Western Summit High have issues, and newcomer Charlie Barlett is coming to the rescue with a briefcase full of prescription pills and a head full of pop psychology. This rebel with a cause brings hilarious help to the student body and unending grief to its neurotic principal, played by Robert Downey Jr., but Mr. Gardner. Suddenly, Charlie is the hottest man on campus, and he's even caught the eye of Gardner's sultry daughter. An outrageous comic spin on today's Prozac generation. Charlie Bartlett has your prescription for laugh out loud insanity. And guess what? It doesn't over-deliver on the description. It is pretty funny, pretty cerebral, and did at the time tackle things that were taking place when this movie was made in 2007.
Yeah, okay. So it was early 2000s.
Yeah.
Great. All right, so... yeah, we were surprised in how good it was, and it was never brought up either when talking about Anton Yelchin or Robert Downey Jr.'s early roles or just in general. So we're thinking it's an independent movie. And another thing is that it's not based off of anything. It's not based off a book, a play. It's not a remake of anything. It's not from a game. It's not from anything. It looks like it was its own original idea made especially for a movie.
And again, it's really fun. If you happen to see it at your local dollar store, you really should give it a try. It's worth $1 or $1.25, depending on how much your so-called dollar store now charges.
Right.
But when I saw it, I said it looks like it should be fun, and it's got Jim Lake. Yes, I keep calling him that now. He'll forever be Jim Lake, and we really should give it a try. And again, it was a great choice. It's fun, laugh out loud. It's a really quintessential high school movie.
Yes. And it doesn't overstay on...
Quintessential, sorry guys.
Yes, okay. It doesn't overstay on a bunch of tropes or anything. It's more like addressing what was going on at the time the movie was coming out. And apparently that a lot of kids were taking medications at school. So for this movie, it's sort of like he was the resident psychiatrist and doctor. And he prescribed things for them. And he would tell every doctor something different was going on with them, so he knew what drugs to give them. And he would amplify that, give them that, and then they would get to talk to him. And a lot of them really just needed to talk or vent. That was the majority of their problem, but he gave them something anyway because he was making money, and it was funny. And he ends up having this sort of business there. He had his own doctor's office in the bathroom. It was hilarious, and he is genuinely helping them and seeing what the effects are of the medications I think they're taking.
He starts the movie, he has no friends, and some of the people that he ends up helping don't have any either. And I think that's really wonderful. By the end of the movie, they learn they all are friends and didn't know it. Well, another thing that really stuck out to me is that his character and the girl he ends up dating reminds me of Jim and Claire.
Of course they do.
I think they had to see this movie, and this is why he got casted as Jim Lake, because all you could think about when you saw them together was Jim and Claire.
Yes.
It really did give that vibe off.
Right,
And,
it's possible, yeah.
and his personality in this movie is so much like Jim Lake.
Yes, that's another thing definitely have to point out. It was like the precursor to it, because Children's wasn't made till many years later, and to see that come full circle is like he just played live action Jim.
So if you have not seen Charlie Bartlett, look at your local dollar store. We give it 5 stars.
Yeah.
It's really that great of a movie, and it's unfortunate that many people don't know it exists. At the time it came out, not sure if it was promoted or if it was popular, because personally I hadn't heard of it at all. And of course, Rascal hasn't. But if you've heard of it, let us know what you think in the comments below. If you think it's as great as we do, or if you plan on looking for it at the dollar store, or even on Amazon online.
Right. And if you haven't already, subscribe for updates and weekly videos on your favorite anime series, anime shows, and all things animation.
And stay tuned for more of our short, brief Dollar Store Find podcast, which is going to be a feature on our YouTube channel.
Yes.
We hope you love it. Let us know what you think in the comments. Drop us a note.
Yes. So, thank you so much for watching. I'm Master Entertainment.
And I'm Mom Entertainment.
Have a fantastic day.
Peace.